Welcome to Sustainably Yours community. I am so excited to have you on board. If you have any questions, ideas, any recommendations, just let me know on the comments below. I'm so excited to hear from you. Let's make a difference because ultimately we're all in this together.
Wow, look at these muscle cars, the power behind these engines. And look at this beauty, the luxury. If you don't have this, you ain't nobody. Well, that's the problem. What if we look past the exterior of fast cars and luxury items and look into the true cost of oil, our food, and our future? Introducing one of my favorite TED Talks that emphasizes the true cost of dirty oil.
Hi, everyone. The world's largest and most devastating environmental industrial project is situated in the heart of the largest and most intact forest in the world, Canada's boreal forest. It stretches right across northern Canada. In Labrador, it's home to the largest remaining wild caribou herd in the world, the George River caribou herd, numbering approximately 400,000 animals. Unfortunately, when I was there, I couldn't find one of them. But you have the antlers as proof. This is the Alberta tar sands, the largest oil reserves on the planet outside of Saudi Arabia. Trapped underneath the boreal forests and wetlands of northern Alberta are these vast reserves of this sticky, tar-like bitumen. And the mining and the exploitation of that is creating devastation on a scale that the planet has never seen before. If you look at that truck there, it is the largest truck of its kind on the planet. So instead of thinking of that as a truck, think of that as a 3,000 square foot home. And line those trucks/homes back and forth across there from the bottom all the way to the top. And then think of how large that very small section of one mine is. Now you can apply that same kind of thinking here as well. Now here you see, of course, as you go further on, these trucks become like a pixel. Again, imagine those all back and forth there. How large is that one portion of a mine? That would be a huge, vast metropolitan area, probably much larger than the city of Victoria. And this is just one of a number of mines. 10 mines so far right now. This is one section of one mining complex, and there are about another 40 or 50 in the approval process. The oil produced from either method produces more greenhouse gas emissions than any other oil. The tailings ponds are the largest toxic impoundments on the planet. The tar sands consume more water than any other oil process. 3 to 5 barrels of water are taken, polluted, and then returned into tailings ponds. Syncrude, just one of the licensees in just one of their tailings ponds, dumps 250,000 tons of this toxic gunk every single day. These massive toxic wastelands are built unlined and on the banks of the Athabasca River. And the Athabasca River drains downstream to a range of Aboriginal communities. In Fort Chipewyan, the 800 people there are finding toxins in the food chain. This has been scientifically proven. The tar sands toxins are in the food chain, and this is causing cancer rates up to 10 times what they are in the rest of Canada. In spite of that, people have to eat this food in order to survive. The incredibly high price of flying food into these remote northern Aboriginal communities and the high rate of unemployment makes this an absolute necessity for survival. And not that many years ago, I was lent a boat by a First Nations man. And he said, when you go out on the river, do not under any circumstances eat the fish. It's carcinogenic. And yet on the front porch of that man's cabin, I saw 4 fish. He had to feed his family to survive. And as a parent, I just can't imagine what that does to your soul. And that's what we're doing. The world does not need any more pipelines to wed our addiction to fossil fuels. And the world certainly does not need the largest toxic impoundments to grow and multiply and further threaten the downstream communities. And let's face it, we all live downstream in an era of global warming and climate change. Because what we do here is going to change our history. It's going to color our possibility to survive and for our children to survive and have a rich future.
This is the sad reality of our fuel dependency, but we can begin with the small changes that lead to a bigger and brighter future. Balance is possible. This is why I decided to make a drastic change.
What's up, guys? This is the Hypocritical Vegan, and I am at the DNV. So you won't know that I'm lying. Voila. And why am I making a video about the DNV? It's not necessarily about the DNV. It's about this baby right here. My convertible, my Mercedes CLK 500 that I absolutely love because it's super fast and super cute. But one of the things that I'm trying to pursue is becoming more vegan. There's a lot of leather here, and I'm an environmentalist, and this sucker is a gas guzzler. So I'm at the DMV trying to sell this vehicle, and I'm really making an effort to pushing this vegan agenda and this environmental agenda, not because it's going to benefit me. If I could, I would keep this car forever and ever and ever, but it's because we're trying to push for environmental efforts. We are trying to become more conscious about what we do in today's time that will benefit in the long run for future generations. But either way, I'm doing this because I'm committed to making a change. It might not be a huge change, but it's a small change. I'm researching into electric and hybrid vehicles to see if it lives up to its name about being environmentally friendly.
So we'll see.
And
thanks so much for watching.
Thank you for watching.
It's quiz time.